So this is my simple everyday all weather shrimp stir fry recipe. I love it because it's nutritious and it helps me a lot when I'm trying to lose some weight. This is some of the things I like to run to, and it's time consuming. So it's one of those quick fixes I don't play with. I'm going to use the vegetables of my preference. You can use any vegetables of your preference. And I'm going to use the beetroot. I'm going to use some carrots. They've all been nicely diced. There's a carrot video on my channel on how to dice your carrots. I'm going to use some beans, green beans as well, which I've also chopped. And my cabbage, I've cut it into bigger cubes. Then my spices. So I have a mixed spice. I have a ginger and I've got a salt and a bit of the ground pepper as well. It's also my channel. Then I've got my shrimp. Sorry for the blurry picture of the shrimp. So you just begin by heating your pan. Then you put in your shrimp and then your powdered spices and your salt. And when it comes to your shrimp, if you want to know how to handle shrimp, like to remove the head, remove the skin and all those ones, you can check out my shrimp video. I'll do well to leave the link in the description button. Then I'm going to add in my peas as well because beans take a bit of while to cook and shrimp doesn't take too long to cook. So when you start with it, by the time everything is ready, the beans would also be cooked, the shrimp would also be cooked. So you just need to be putting in your veggies. You start with the tougher veggies, then you go to the very softer veggies. Then I added in my beetroot in as well because the beetroot is a bit chunky in there as well. And it's going to also add up to the color. So by the time you're done, it looks very colorful and looks very nice. If it goes in late, you don't feel the color vibes too well. But because it goes in a bit early, the color is able to spread all over. Your shrimp should take you like 3 minutes to pan toss it and let it be cooked. Shrimp doesn't take long to cook because it's not something which is very bloody in there, especially when the head is not there. So every minute you just add in extra vegetables. So I added in the carrots now. You can check out my carrot cutting video where you see how I cut my vegetables. I share my carrots into various shapes and sizes. And then just to add more pepper and paprika and more flavor, I added my green pepper sauce and parmesan that. So I added in my green pepper sauce into it, and then I added a bit of salt because I realized my salt was a bit less still. You know, vegetables take a bit of salt. If you serve vegetables without any salt, they feel a bit bland. Then you're just going to be stirring. Actually, this should take you like 5 minutes to prepare this very dish. You shouldn't go beyond 5 minutes, or you're overly cooking your vegetables and overly cooking your shrimps. And you know the shrimps, when it's well cooked, the color changes and then the size reduces a bit. And you begin to really smell it very well. The aroma, it goes straight into your nose when it's well cooked. So this is very simple and very easy to do. You're just going to be covering it up so the heat stays in for the vegetables to soften a bit. Then you can chew. So the last thing that goes in is my cabbage. So once the cabbage goes in, I'm just going to mix it a bit. Then it's going to break off a bit, kind of. Then I just cover it just for it to also soften just a little bit. If you want your cabbage very crunchy, you can even turn it off once it goes in. If you want it very soft, you can cut it into smaller chunks so that it softens properly. So once all this goes into it, then we are good to go. I'll just be stirring and check for my salt. If my salt is okay, then that's all. So this is a very simple dish you can do. It's not overly expensive. It's not, how do I say, an extraordinary dish. You can do this to pamper yourself, but you'll be eating well. So when you want to lose weight or check your weight, you can do this. And you can even eat this with your rice or any carbohydrates of your preference. But me do buy ready. But me do one PCAD. You can eat it with your rice. You can just go with even your bangu. You can eat this alongside. So this is one healthy way to go. You can imagine you're watching with this pie and easy. So you saw me picking some veggies from it, yes. I'm just tasting for my salt. Once the salt is okay, then we're good to go. If the salt is not okay, you just sprinkle in a bit of extra salt just to get it. Because vegetables, if you don't add a bit of salt, it's just going to go bland. But let's be mindful that these days you don't need to eat too much oil, too much salt, else you be spoiling your nutritional goals or your health goals in there. So this is one simple recipe I'd really love you to try. And if you did like this video, do well to support us with your likes, with your subscription, by sharing this video to others and encouraging others to also join in the family. You can leave your comments, suggestions, opinions, likes, and everything in the comment section below as well. Let's keep it very much interactive. So I see you in the next food video. Do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be healthy, and lots of love from my team and I. Mwah.